Have you ever heard about the trolley problem? A runaway trolley with no brakes is heading down the tracks. You have one choice: pull a lever to switch tracks, killing one group of people while sparing the others. It's a classic moral dilemma, but what if you turned this crazy idea into a game? So how did I end up making a game like this? Right now I'm studying game programming here in Japan, and we have something called a hackathon. Basically it's a class. We are given a game idea, and you have to make this game idea in 2 weeks only. Sounds insane, right? Well, the idea my group got was probably the weirdest one: the trolley problem. So here's how we made it. First, I started by modeling the train and tracks in Blockbench. The design is super simple, nothing fancy, just what you need. A lever to start and stop the train, another lever to choose who to kill, and a few displays explaining the mechanics. Of course, I also added some weird stuff, because that's what I'm best at. Now the mechanics. Instead of a typical, for example, pregnant woman versus 2 adults setup, our game is set in a fantasy kingdom. You're deciding between nobles, royals, and commoners. Whoever you kill, you inherit their wealth. But there's a catch. Killing powerful people increases your guild. And if your guild hits 100, you die. Most of the programming was handled by my teammates. They made a system that randomly spawns different groups of people on each track. That way, every time you play the game, it feels unique. So the main script I wrote was for spawning the train tracks. If you tried to lay out the entire track for 10 rounds, you need over 500 pieces, impossible even for the strongest computers, or a designer like me. So instead, I wrote a script that spawns new track pieces one by one, kinda like domino. Every time you choose left or right, it spawns the next piece ahead in place. This way the track is endless, and you can keep driving the trolley forever, killing people non-stop. To hide the spawning, I actually set the game at night, which adds perfectly to the murdering. Now we have the shop. Yes, this game actually has a shop, where you can buy stuff while choosing between unimaginable moral dilemmas. Honestly, the shop was the hardest part of the game, and even now it's still very buggy, just because of how complex it is. Basically, you can spend gold to lower your guild, or tilt the odds in your favor. But here's the twist. Eventually, you won't be able to see who you're killing, because the choices will be hidden. That's where the shop becomes basically essential. You can buy items like reveal the identity of one of the victims, or even the blessing of the priest, which washes away your bad moral decisions with the power of prayer. But enough talking, let's actually do the killing. In this section of the video, I'm gonna show you how the game actually looks like. Keep in mind this game is very buggy, so don't expect too much. So the whole concept of the game is pretty simple. Basically we are in the kingdom of Lemuria. Think way back in some fantasy countries. They had like some civil unrest, kind of think of like a French Revolution type of stuff. So they built this 21-mile long train track that basically determines the fate of convicted criminals. So the chosen conductor does a very good job in this country because he gets all the inheritance from the fall. But the government is out for you. If you kill too many high status targets, you raise your guild. And if you have too high guild, you end up on the track system. So let me actually show you the game. So right now we're in the game. So you have a train here, right? And you have all these panels and control. So first of all, we got the Kobaton. This is the mascot of Saitama, very important. But right next to it we got actually the power and the stop. So let's actually press power. And you can see the train moves. Also here, next to the porn magazine, we got left and right. So here we actually choose who gets to die and who gets to live. On the screen, which pops up, we can actually see who are the people on the tracks. So left we got the citizens and right we got the prisoners. So right now we have the choice. Are we good guys who kill some prisoners, or are we bad guys who kill citizens? And I just realized that doesn't even make sense. In my lore, all of them are convicted criminals. So what's the difference between a prisoner and a citizen? But anyways, what matters to us is not the moral choice. What matters to us is like the inheritance, the money, right? Killing citizens gives us actually more money than killing prisoners. But we also gonna increase our guild. So let's actually kill the citizens. So right now I moved the lever to left. It's actually gonna move here and kill the citizens. Sorry. Okay, you can see our gold has increased and it's shopping time. So here we have a little bit of a small shop. It's only open for 30 seconds, so we have to be quick. Here we can actually buy items that will help you, well, basically get more money and decrease your guild. So the most OP item I think is this one, Blessing of the Priest. So let's buy this real quick. So what this basically does is your guild is cut in half during the next trial, the next round. And you can use this again and again, and it only costs 10 gold, so it's very OP. So let's do that. You can see our guild is now 4% and we got 14 gold. Very nice. The wife will be happy. So let's continue. Yeah, I know the train is very slow. So who do we have? We got prisoners and we got a noble. So nobles actually have quite a high guild because they're kind of like, you know, the rich people of the country. While the prisoners are 10. So you got a high number of prisoners but a low number of nobles. But the guild is almost the same. So actually it makes more sense to kill the nobles. Sorry. So this game is kind of like for psychopaths, I would say. Like, if you don't have any conscience about killing people and then just use these church items to like get rid of your sins, you will be very successful in this game. The Pope himself will bless us for our killings. And then let's also get this one. This one is very OP. Let me show you what this does. So here we got permanent items, right? And here we got normal items. So permanent items you don't have to activate. They're always active. So what this does is basically every prisoner you kill, so the inheritance gets multiplied by the prisoners you kill. So the more prisoners you kill, the more money you get. And it's like always present. So you want to get these permanent items as soon as possible. So right now we kind of run out of gold, right? So let's try to kill some high status individuals. So we got nobles and royals. So right now we can only be an asshole. Or you can phrase it like, actually we do a service to the country. Let's kill the royal, I think. Like the money is higher and the guild is less. Why is the guild so low? Nice. Let's do some shopping. So right now what I want something to really increase my gold. You can see like it's only like 34, which is not very much. So what we can do, we can either use the law or the corporation. Law is pretty good because it basically just brings you get a defense attorney that just brings you more money for your inheritance. And this one is kind of like shady deals always. It's kind of like gambling. Here you get the legit stuff and here you get the gambling stuff. So let's do a little bit of both. First, you're gonna get more inheritance in the next round. Nice. Then, here, you get a 10% chance of like 5x our inheritance in the next round. So let's gamble a little bit. It's only 10 gold. Let's go. So if you're lucky, you're gonna like get a payday in the next round. So I would say in the next round, let's choose a high target with lots of like gold and guild. And then let's like reduce our guild with some church. So we get a noble and we get an unknown. So this is another part of the game. Eventually it gets blacked out. You cannot see who you're gonna kill. So you have to kind of like gamble. So I think this one is the better choice. Even though the guild is higher, I think this one is something like a citizen or prisoner. So let's choose left. I wonder if some of you actually know the porn magazine on the bottom left. So we got 43 gold. Honestly, I want to at least get to 100 gold. And we got 30 guild. So it's not really that good, to be honest. Let's get rid of some of our guild, otherwise we're gonna die. And let's also buy some of these here. Oh shit, it closed. But this one is pretty good. It's basically, I don't really know the meaning, to be honest. But I think it means your money can never go down. Honestly, I don't know. But it's permanent, so it has to be good. I wanna get to 100 gold at least. Like, this game kinda has no winning. Like I said, it's kinda for psychopaths and only like for increasing your own gold. And at the end of the day, you can only die. I actually have a good feeling about this one. It's only one person, right? Yeah. Nice. I would say let's just continue and not buy anything. And let's try to get to 100 gold. Keep in mind we're still beginners at Unity. So it's already impressive that we made this. 67. So there's actually items where you can see who's gonna be there. But I don't think you actually need it, you can kinda guess. Or at least I can guess. Nice! 100 gold! Look, we made it. The psychopath made it. Let's buy some church blessing. Let's buy some blessing from the Pope. Okay, I think the next step should be reducing our guild a little bit. Right now we kinda became a criminal ourselves by becoming rich. And right now we should become a good guy, I think. 0%? What the fuck? I didn't know that could happen. Looks like we're a good guy right now. We made it guys. You can actually stop the train right in front of the people. Oof, now the game broke. Oh, okay, then let's just become a criminal right now and let's try to increase our guild as much as possible. Fuck it. Yeah, let's kill some royals. Let's just keep it running, I think. That's good. Let's also make some shady deals. Like a little bit of this. And also a little bit of this. Oh, these are permanent effects. Basically, like, the higher your guild is, the more money you get. Payday. Nice, look at this. And the shop is gone. And the shop killed itself. Oh shit. Gold loan. Investment. Oh, there's this one also. So basically each prisoner you kill, the more gold you get, but you also get more guild. Let's do that. Should we use some government items? No. Royal. Wow, I didn't even know your gold can rise to 700. I didn't even know that was possible. Okay, let's. I think it's because of this item, right? I think it actually worked. Okay, let's try to get our gold to 1000, and then let's quit the game. Left is always kind of broken. Oh, nice. I think it's the item, the permanent item we had. Like double guild and gold. So let's try to get to 1000. What the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? What happened? Why is it blurry right now? I think I broke the game. So that's the Trolley problem as a game. Honesty is weird, dark and kind of hilarious. But that's exactly why I love this game. If you enjoy this breakdown and want to see more of my projects, hit like, subscribe and maybe drop a comment on what twisted idea you'd like to see turned into a game next. Thanks for watching and try to not get run over.